Hello, welcome everyone. Happy Monday. Glad you could join me today. Seeing a few more people pop on. It's always good, Melanie. I don't know what you're talking about. Always good. We're going to be doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Welcome. Hi. Oops. Ah. Well, this is not good. This is the opposite of good. Well, we're going to get started in child's pose, back of the mat. So I'll go ahead and get this figured out while we meet in child's pose. Down it. There we go. So big toes together to touch. Knees out nice and wide. Arms reaching out long. Just settling in to your mat. Focusing your mind on our practice today. Letting go of any thoughts that don't serve you. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Nice full inhales through the nose. Longer, slower exhales through the nose. With each exhale, let go of anything you're holding on to, whether it's thoughts that don't serve you, tension in the shoulders, just let it go. Eventually moving into that ujjayi breath, that oceanic breath. Exhaling as if you're trying to fog up a mirror, only with the lips sealed. Take a nice full inhale here. Fill up the belly, fill up the lungs. Reach the fingertips. Exhale, walk them over to the right. Taking a side body stretch, one hand on top of the other. Pressing your sit bones back towards your heels. Two more cycles of breath here. On your next breath in, walk your hands back through center. Exhale, opposite side. Stretching out to the right side body. Taking 3 more cycles of breath here. Walk your hands back through center. Take a few breaths here, pause, set an intention. Maybe a mantra you'd like to say to yourself throughout your practice, or dedicating your practice to something or someone you love. Take 2 more cycles of breath here in your child's pose. Meditating on that intention. When you're ready, rise up to tabletop. Spread the fingertips out nice and wide. Tuck the toes under. We come into a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly towards the mat, open through the chest. Exhale, round through the spine. Draw the navel in. Inhale, arch the sit bones and shoulders to the sky. Exhale, chin to chest. Round through the spine. Continuing at your own pace. Taking any movements that feel good to you. Maybe barrel rolls. Swaying the hips side to side. Do what feels right as we start to warm up the spine. Take one more round wherever you're at. Meeting back in a neutral spine here, gaze forward. Inhale as you reach the right leg back behind you. Exhale, kick it over to the side, planting the sole of the foot. Pressing the top of the left foot into your mat, sit back into a half child's pose. Right leg is out nice and long to the side. Sit bones through center. Lengthening the fingertips towards the top of the mat. 2 more cycles of breath here. Lift the sit bones back up. Come back to your tabletop position. Be prepared to switch sides. Inhale, kick the left leg back behind you. Hips pointed down. Exhale, release it to the side, planting the foot. Sitting back into our half child's pose. Making sure you're not dumping all of your weight into that right side body. And right heel. One more full cycle of breath. Deep inhale through the nose. Longer exhale through the nose. Lift the sit bones back up. Return to tabletop. Curl the toes under if you're not there already. As we rise into a forward fold. Reach for opposite elbows, ragdoll pose. Generous bend into the knees if you need it. Bringing the torso into contact with the thighs. Sway side to side here. Shake the head yes. Shake the head no. Release the grip. Fingertips to the earth. Inhale, halfway to lift. Flat spine. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Sweep the arms up overhead. Interlace the fingers, steeple mudra grip. Releasing the thumb and the index finger. Inhale, reach up nice and tall. Biceps behind the ears. Exhale, reach up and over to the right. Side body stretch. Gazing up as you send your fingertips away from your hips. Inhale back through center. Exhale, opposite side. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands at the heart. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway to lift, flat spine, gaze forward. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to high plank. As we flow through our vinyasa, inhale, shift 2 inches forward. Exhale, Chaturanga, lower halfway down, option to drop to the knees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Everything lifts off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Taking a few breaths here in your down dog. Warming up the back side of the body. Pedal out the feet. Maybe rise up to the ball mats and then press the heels back down. Whatever feels good for you. Eventually meeting back in stillness. Coming into that inverted V shape. Taking a micro bend into the knees if you have tightness in the hamstrings, the low back. Pressing all 10 fingertips into your mat. Release down onto the forearms, pointing directly forward, 11 shape. Start to walk the toes in towards the elbows, coming into your dolphin pose. Shoulders directly over the elbows. Again, micro bend into the knees, perfectly fine here. And start to warm up the shoulders. One more full cycle of breath here. Actively press the forearms down into the earth. Shoulder blades down the back. Keeping your arms as they are. Walk the toes back, coming into a forearm plank. Belly nice and engaged here, glutes engaged, gaze forward. Rotate the left fingertips to point towards the right elbow. As you rotate to the pinky edge side of the left foot, rise up into a forearm plank. Right fingertips reaching up towards the sky. Lift the hips a little higher. Releasing down to that forearm plank. Fingertips point towards the top of the mat. Draw the belly in. As we come to the opposite side, rotate the right fingertips to point towards the left elbow. Pinky edge side of the right foot. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Top hip slightly in front of the bottom hip. You activate the obliques. Release down. Once again, coming into that forearm plank. Slowly release the body to the earth. Sphinx pose. Shoulders stacked directly on top of the elbows, tops of the feet pressing into the mat. Spread the fingertips out nice and wide. This is feeling tight on your low back. You can bring your feet wider apart from each other, about the distance of your mat, or slide your elbows towards the top of your mat, away from your shoulders. As we take 2 more cycles of breath here. Release everything down to the mat. Arms come by the side, palms face up. Release to one cheek. So you windshield wiper the legs. And switch to the opposite cheek. Continuing to windshield wiper the legs. Finding stillness here. Bring the palms to the earth. Come through tabletop, then downward facing dog. Taking 2 cleansing cycles of breath. Nice full inhale through the nose. Audible exhale through the mouth. One more nice full inhale here. Exhale, let it all go. Sealing the lips, moving back to that Ujjayi breath. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Hips pointed down. Exhale, knee to nose, round through the spine. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, sweep it through, plant it between the palms. Rotate the back toes 45 degrees. Inhale, rise up. Warrior 1. Nice deep bend into that front knee. Striving to bring that front thigh parallel with the mat. Actively press down through the pinky edge side of the back foot to lengthen out through the calf. Taking 2 more cycles of breath here. Finding your strength in your first warrior pose. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, open up to a warrior 2. Spinning the back heel 90 degrees. Arms come to a T shape. Making sure that front knee is directly over the second toe as you open up through the hip. Pinky edge side of the back foot, still actively pressing down into the mat. Inhale, press that front forearm into the top of the thigh. Exhale, reach up and over, extended side angle. Left arm reaching towards the top of the mat. Front forearm actively pressing into the thigh. Make sure you're not dumping all of your weight down, but press in, activate the obliques as you lengthen out through the left side body. Inhale, rise back up, warrior 2. Exhale, reverse Trikonasana. Straighten through the front leg as your right fingertips reach up and back. Drawing the belly in. Tuck the hips. If you're between 2 panes of glass. So rather, make sure you're not sticking the booty out here. Draw it down towards the ground. As you reach up and back, little to no weight in those back fingertips. Take a nice full inhale here. Exhale, cartwheel the arms, frame the front foot, step back to high plank, flow through your vinyasa. Meeting back in our downward facing dog. Always an option to modify our vinyasas, coming down to the knees and low cobra, or to skip vinyasas altogether and simply meet back in our downward facing dog. Taking 1 full Ujjayi breath here. Resetting our intention. And then inhale, 3-legged dog, left leg rises. Exhale, knee to nose, round through the spine. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, cross the body, right tricep. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, sweep it through, back toes 45 degrees. Inhale, rise up. Warrior one. Drawing that left hip back, right hip forward. So you square the torso towards the top of your mat. Roll the shoulder blades down the back as you reach up through the fingertips. See if you can sink a little deeper into that front knee. Inhale, lengthen here. Exhale, open up to your warrior two, spinning the back heel, arms come to a T shape. Make sure you're not leaning forward. Shoulders directly over the hips. As you draw the belly in, lengthen through the spine. Lift the fingertips a little higher. Just as active through the upper body as you are in the lower body. Inhale, press that front forearm to the top of the thigh. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach up and over with the right arm. Releasing the ears. Draw the shoulder blades down the back as you draw the belly in. Sink a little deeper into that front knee. One more full cycle of breath here. Inhale, rise back to warrior two. Exhale, reverse Trikonasana, straighten through the front leg as you reach towards the back of the mat. Little to no weight in those right fingertips. Drawing the sit bones towards the earth as you tuck the hips. One more full cycle of breath here. Inhale, lengthen through the left fingertips. Exhale, cartwheel the hands, frame the front foot, flow through your vinyasa, kneeling back in that downward facing dog. Using your breath as your guide as you make your way back there. As we meet in downward facing dog, let's take two more cleansing breaths. Nice full inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more nice full inhale here. Fill up the belly, fill up the lungs. Exhale, let it go. Placing a block near the top of your mat if you don't have one there already, or whatever you're using as your prop. Inhale, three-legged dog with the right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, round through the spine. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, cross the body, left tricep. Inhale, bring the knee through center. Exhale, plant the foot, rotate the back toes for warrior two. Inhale as you rise up. Nice deep bend into that front knee. Taking two full rounds of breath here. Inhale, flip the front palm towards the sky. Exhale, reverse your warrior, reaching up and back. Option to keep those left fingertips on the back leg or come into a half bind, reaching to the inside of the right hip. Sink back down into that front knee. One more full round of breath here. Deep inhale through the nose. Deep exhale through the nose. Returning back for warrior two. Straighten through the front leg. Inhale, reach and lengthen towards the top of your mat. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Bring your hand on the inside or outside of that front right foot. The goal of this pose is not to reach the earth. So if you're reaching the earth, but you're collapsing forward, you're not in the proper form. You can take your block, place your hand there, or simply press the back of your right hand into your shin. Maybe gazing up towards your left fingertips. Actively reaching here. Core engaged. As we prepare to move into half moon pose, if you use a block for this, feel free to grab it, placing it on the outside of the right foot, about 6 inches forward. Release the fingertips there. Start to take a bend into that front right knee. Spring off the back foot, Ardha Chandrasana. Top left leg is nice and long, flexing or pointing through the foot. Still actively reaching those left fingertips up towards the sky. Micro bend into the standing leg is perfectly fine. Gazing down always gives you the most balance, but if you'd like a challenge, you can start to gaze up towards the ceiling. Or for an extra challenge with your balance, start to lift the right fingertips off the earth or your block, bringing them to heart center. And if you fall out of it, just come right back into it. Always good to challenge yourself when you're at home. No risk of falling in front of anyone or being too sweaty. As we know, none of our homes can be as hot as Fortis. Inhale, lengthen through the left fingertips. Exhale, standing splits. Release both hands down to the earth or your block, folding over the right leg. Left leg reaches up towards the sky, but just like your three-legged dog, hips are pointed down towards the earth. Doesn't matter how high that leg is lifted. As you can see, mine doesn't get very high. Option to stay here in your standing splits, or bring your hands to heart center and rise up to warrior three. Left leg continuing to reach out nice and long. Make sure you're not nose diving forward here as you come to that capital letter T. And then meeting back in standing splits if you're not there already. Inhale, halfway to lift, flat spine. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway to lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to high plank. Flow through your vinyasa. Or just meet back in your downward facing dog. From our downward facing dog, inhale, three-legged dog, left leg rises. Exhale, knee to nose, round through the spine. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, cross the body, right tricep. Inhale, bring the knee through center, stand in your plank. Exhale, plant the foot. Rotating the back toes for warrior two. Inhale, rise up. Making sure that front knee is directly over the second toe. As you roll the shoulder blades down the back, release the ears. Gaze over the front middle finger. Torso continues to open to the side. Inhale, flip the front palm towards the sky. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Reach up and back. Again, option to come into that half bind if you did on the other side. Reaching for the inside of the front hip. Sink back into that warrior two stance. See if you can reach a little further back with those left fingertips. Returning to our warrior two stance, straighten through the front leg. Inhale, reach and lengthen to the top of the mat. Exhale, Trikonasana. Bringing your hand to a block, the inside or outside of the shin. Wherever that bottom hand is at, making sure you're not rounding forward to get your fingertips where they need to be. Opening up through the chest, top fingertips reaching up nice and tall. Hips tucked here. As you prepare for our half moon pose, bring your block or your fingertips about 6 inches in front of that left foot. Take a bend into the left leg. Spring off the back foot. Ardha Chandrasana. Remembering to pointer flex through the top right toes as you open up the torso to the side. Again, you can challenge your balance here, either by gazing up towards the ceiling, or maybe even lifting those left fingertips off your support and bringing them in towards your heart. And again, if you fall out of the pose, just come back into it. Finding the variation that feels good to you. For 2 more rounds of breath. Inhale, lengthen through the right fingertips. Exhale, standing splits. Releasing the hands to the earth, folding forward. Right leg reaching up towards the ceiling, but hips pointed down. Option to stay here in your standing splits, or bring the hands to heart center to rise up to warrior 3. Engaging through the belly as you use your core to lift up off the ground. Micro bend into that standing leg if you need it. One more cycle of breath here. And then meeting back in our standing splits, folding over the leg. Inhale, halfway to lift, flat spine. Exhale, forward fold, both feet to the ground. Pausing here as we come into gorilla pose, sliding the hands, palms face up. Underneath the feet, toes meet the wrists. Inhale, lengthen through the spine here. Exhale, fold forward, elbows come out to the side. More weight into the ball melt to the feet. Doesn't matter if your legs are straight as you try to lengthen through the spine. Using your breath here. Folding deeper with each exhale. Coming back to our Ujjayi breath. Release the hands out from underneath the feet. Inhale, halfway to lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold forward. Bring the fingertips down to the earth as you start to heel toe the feet away from each other. Toes pointed out as you release the sit bones down from Alasana, Yogi Squat. If your heels are lifting up off the earth and this is really uncomfortable, you can take your block for your support, place it underneath the sit bones, and hold here. Wherever you're at, bring your hands to heart center. Nice flat spine. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. As the triceps press to the inside of the thighs and the knees. You can sway side to side if that feels good for you. Option to stay here in Alasana, or if you'd like to come into crow pose, release the fingertips down to the ground. All 10 fingertips pressing so hard into the mat that your nail beds start to come a little white. Draw the knees in towards the armpits. Draw the belly in here as you gaze forward and down. Draw the belly in. Engage through the core as you start to lift one or both legs off the mat as you chaturanga your arms. Lifting the hips up towards the sky. Maybe you only lift one toe up today. Maybe you fall out. It's no big deal. There's no one at home to see you. Continuing here for 2 more cycles of breath. And then meeting back in Malasana, Yogi Squat. Plant the right fingertips just outside of your mat as you reach the left arm up towards the sky. Taking a twist open. Continuing to press your knees out and away from each other. Switching sides, release the left fingertips just outside your mat so you reach your right arm up towards the sky. Release your twist. Draw the hands back in towards center. Taking 2 cycles of breath here, close the eyes. Release the fingertips down to the earth. Send the hips up towards the sky. Heel toe. The feet hips width distance apart. Come into ragdoll pose, reaching for opposite elbows. Just letting the head hang nice and heavy here. Release the fingertips down. Inhale, halfway to lift. Exhale, step the right foot towards the back of the mat. Release down to the knee. Heel toe the left foot towards the outside. edge of your mat as we come into lizard's pose, runner's lunge. Both palms on the inside of the left foot. Back toes can be curled under or pressed down into the mat. As we get into a deeper stretch here, feel free to come down onto the forearms, maybe onto a block for your support, so that both forearms reach down. Keep that left knee in, nice and close to the shoulder, as you try to keep the spine as flat as possible. Two more rounds of breath here. Press back up onto the palms if you're not there already. Lift the back knee off the mat, Skandasana, back of the mat. Deep bend into the right knee, left leg is nice and long here. Bringing both hands to heart center, as long as you can keep the spine nice and long. If you're falling over, you can go ahead and bring your hands to the earth or a block. As you lengthen through the spine here, left toes pointed up towards the ceiling. Holding here for 3 more cycles of breath. Release the fingertips down, pivot towards the back side of the mat, setting up for runner's lunge, opposite side. Deep bend into the right knee. Left leg comes down to the earth. Then again, option to come down onto the forearms. Plunge both forearms, reach your block or the mat. Right knee hugged in towards the shoulder. Try to lengthen through the spine. Three more cycles of breath here. As we start to wind down, make sure no thoughts are starting to creep into your mind. If they do, let them go and come back to that Ujjayi breath. Coming back onto the palms if you're not there already. Lift the left knee off the earth. Skandasana, top of the mat. Right leg is out nice and long. Toes pointed up. Both hands to heart center or to your support. Wherever you're at, nice flat back. One more nice full round of breath here. And release the fingertips to the ground. Walk them through center as you rotate both feet to point towards the long edge of the mat. Coming into Prasarita, toes slightly turned in. Inhale, halfway to lift. Exhale, fold forward. Crown of the head reaching down towards the ground. If there's an inversion within your practice that you'd like to go to now, feel free, you have the time. One last bit of strength before we come down to our mats. But if you're here in your Prasarita, inhale, halfway to lift. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. More weight into the ball mounts of the feet as you send your hips back. Three more rounds of breath here. So if you've come into an inversion, meet back in Prasarita. On your next breath in, halfway to lift. Rotate. Toes towards the top of the mat. Send your left foot back to meet your right, back of the mat, as you walk your hands back towards your toes. Lift the heels off your mat. Bring your sit bones down to your heels. Draw the chin in towards the chest. Pause here for a breath. Make sure all 10 toes are engaged with the ground. Maybe spread your pinky toes till they contact the earth. Release the knees down to your mat. Coming into our toe stretch. You can keep your fingertips down on the earth. To take some of the stretch out of your toes, or to make it more intense, bring the shoulders up over the sit bones. A special treat, a toe stretch for Melanie. Hopefully she's not off drinking wine already, having lost interest in yoga. Going with her true passion. Holding here for 5 more cycles of breath. Really focusing on those nice full inhales. Longer, slower exhales. Maybe coming into some cleansing breaths. Exhaling through the mouth. Letting go of any tension you're holding on to. Any agitation, that your toes are on fire. Release the fingertips back to the ground. Lift the toes up. Pressing the tops of the feet into the earth. Come into embryo pose. Releasing the forehead to the ground. Hands back behind you, palms face back. Lift the torso up one vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last. Release down onto the sit bones. Bring the legs out in front of you. Come to the middle of your mat. If you're not there already, toes at the top. Bring your arms out shoulder height. Fingertips reaching towards the toes. Draw the belly in as you roll down one vertebrae at a time. Pressing the heels into the earth using your core. The lower you go, the slower you release. When your back of the body has reached the earth, draw the knees in towards the chest. Rock side to side. Draw half circles with the knees, whatever feels good for you. Give the knees a little squeeze. Nice full breath in here. Exhale, release them over to the right. Supine final twist. You can bring the arms to a cactus shape, to a T. As you gaze over the left shoulder. To give yourself a deeper stretch, draw the knees in, closer to the nose. For a less intense stretch, draw the knees below the hip line, finding the variation that feels good to you. Both shoulder blades engaged with the ground. Maybe close the eyes here. As you start to relax the body. On your next breath in, draw the knees through center. With your breath out, drop them over to the left. Making the twist as deep or as gentle as feels good for you. As you gaze over the right shoulder. Taking 3 more rounds of breath here in your supine twist. Center, come into happy baby, knees coming in towards the armpits, flex the feet up towards the sky, tailbone engaged with the ground, your tailbone's lifting off, take a grip behind the backs of the thighs, rather than lifting up here. Your tailbone's engaged, feel free to rock side to side, maybe straighten one leg and then the other. Getting your last bit of movement out. Release your grip, draw your knees back in through center. And when you're ready, come into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Legs out nice and long, as wide as the mat. Toes going up to the sides. Palms face up. Close the eyes if they're not already. With each inhale, feel the front of the body rise. With each exhale, feel the back of the body sink deeper into your mat. So let everything go here. Letting go of control over your breath, letting it come back to its natural rhythm. As you take these moments for yourself, feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. Taking these extra moments for yourself. Our mental health is just as important as our physical health, so anytime you can take for yourself in a restful, peaceful position, take advantage. I want to thank you for joining me today. Thank you for letting me guide you in your practice. I'll be here every Monday evening for a sunset flow, Fridays for a deep stretch class. To bring my hands to heart center, I'd like to say thank you one more time, and namaste.